What up, everybody? This is Karais, the blog here, and I want to talk to y'all about how I just want to talk. We'll just see where the conversation goes, but I do want to point out one reason why fellowship is important. So, fellowship is important one because, and I do think that it. First off, let me just say that the fellowship I have with Martin via him actually the Zendermeister is back, first of all. Well, first of all, the Zendermeister is back, people. The Zendermeister is back. And I know I'm late to the party, but hey, better late than freaking never. But yeah. Anyways, he actually commented on on my video concerning our friend the pirate. He loved it. I just hope that he can actually like the other videos to actually subscribe. Not that I'm married to the subscribers, it's just that I'm married to the fellowship. Not married, but I love the fellowship. So yeah, there's that. And this is why fellowship's important. One, not even like the main reason, just a little snippet, of why it's important. Okay, so my play, as you know, my whole room doesn't sound like an F-14 Raptor jet right now. As my one of my friends would say, it doesn't sound like an American Airlines right now. And that's because, well, usually I try to make it not sound like that when making these videos on truth and fellowship and all that. Try to make it quiet so you can hear my voice. My annoying squeaker ass voice. But like what Rob said, it's beautiful no matter what voice says it, as long as it's truth and fellowship and all. So, and squeaker is like an Xbox or even PlayStation term. If you li- if you played Xbox and PlayStation at the time of like late or early 2010s, if you know, you know. Sadly, I got at the tail end of that party, at the tail end of that heel. So sadly, I know very little. But I get nostalgia, even though I never had it, by watching videos. Anyways, I digress. So, anyways, oh yeah, we're getting shit from Amazon. Anyways, the reason why it doesn't sound so loud is because like my PlayStation, and this has to do with what I got a message from a believer. Now, my PlayStation basically overheated, and it's dead basically in all essence. Like to me, it's dead because like it won't even turn on for me to play. So whatever. And anyways, I was so distraught over that because like that was my escape from this wicked eon. That was my, I mean, it was a way for me to forget that I was in a wicked eon for just a second, just a little second, to take my heaviness off this fucking eon. I mean, I know we're in it, not of it, but you know, if you're young like me and you're still not of it, you're still in it and not of it. But still, like if you're young like me, you tend to miss some big pictures. Like Seth Camp to me is kind of fairly young. I mean, like he's way older than me, I understand, but still he's kind of youngish. I consider like 50 or like late 40s or even like 40s to be old. I consider at the minimum late 30s to be old. Late 30s. I don't even consider 30s at all to be really that old. But that's just me. But anyways, I was so distraught over that shit because like it was my escape from this wicked eon. It was an escape for me. And I used that escape quite a lot, but I try to I do try to suffer for the evangel and all that because like I love telling the truth to y'all, for one. Another thing is, yeah, I'm getting a new PlayStation, the PlayStation Pro from Amazon, so yeah. More, not really escapism, because if it really was escapism, I wouldn't be telling the truth, and I wouldn't be doing this channel. I wouldn't be doing a damn thing. But yeah, if it really was escapism, I wouldn't even be doing this. I wouldn't even be heralding. I just get the truth and say, cool, let me sit with it. Let me relax with it, chill. But I actually decided I wanted to talk about this shit. About this, basically. I thought I heard something out there, so whatever. And basically, I wanted to talk about truth. I wanted to talk about the good news. I wanted to talk and have fellowship with y'all. So if I really was like an escapism, then I wouldn't even be talking about this. So that's disclaimer one, or disclaimer of how many other disclaimers I may need so far. So, anyways, the message I got from a believer after this, and I'm not saying that God speaks to us like like burning bushes, voices out of heaven. I'm not saying he does that now, because obviously he doesn't. He hasn't ever since Jesus was crucified. And I'm sure that even a little bit before his crucifixion, he didn't do that. I mean, the last thing that, if you really, and I know this might sound profound, this may sound big, and in a respect it does, but the last thing that God said, the last words that God spoke, was utter silence. And if you know what I'm talking about, then you know. And for those who don't know, or need a little bit of clarification, Jesus asked God, "Is there any other way I could not be crucified? Like, can I do this? Kind of was like, can I do this without being crucified?" And in essence, it was like, can I do this without being crucified? Like, death is minus the death would be much appreciated if this cup can pass for me. Essentially, if this cup can pass for me, then let this cup pass for me. But if not, if so, then I'll take this cup. Essentially, so yes, the last words that God spoke was utter silence. So I'm pretty sure you can see where I'm going with this, where I went with this. But yeah, anyways, whenever I got his messages, it kind of felt like God was speaking to me, but in a different way. It was like, I'm not trying to be all Christian like, because obviously I'm not a Christian anymore. Thank God I'm not. Because, like, I feel so much more freer and liberated not being a Christian. But before I get off topic, yeah. And this is no coincidence, which is why I said that it felt like God was speaking to me, by the way. Which I know is no coincidence. Or I feel like it's no coincidence. I'm not sure how God can. I know none will be lost, and I know that God is concerned with everything, and He's actually working everything out. And He loves us, and is concerned and loves us through every single freaking detail out to us, down to the smallest molecule in our hand, down to the smallest atom, down to the smallest ancestry. I know that He loves us that much. But it's just a PlayStation. But regardless of if it's just a PlayStation or not, He still loves us. So yeah. Anyways, when I got that when that PlayStation when I had to replace that PlayStation. And I know that costs a lot of money, but still it's not that big of a deal to me too much. I mean, as far as replacing, yes, but you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure you could get what I'm putting down, pick up what I'm putting down. Anyways, a brother said, "Good news translation. Good news translation. Every test that you have experienced is the kind that normally comes to people, but God keeps His promise, and He will not allow you to be tested beyond your power to remain firm at the at the time you are put to the test, he will give you the strength to endure it. So provide you with provide you with a way out. Be tempted, a Greek word that pair parastheni, verb aorist infinitive, passive. Strong's 3985. To attempt, test, from para to test, i.e., endeavor, scrutinize, entice, discipline. Endure your trial, sir. And I responded, well, thank you, bro. So, obviously, me not having a place to escape was not as severe as, like, Martin not being able to talk for a week, but it still was, in a way, I felt like I knew what Martin was going through in a sense. I lost my escapism and he lost his somewhat from a semi escapism. Because, like, from what I see with Martin, his videos and fellowship and talking with you guys or engaging with you guys is an escapism from the harsh realities of this fucking eon. And I'm no social bird unless you're a member of the body of Christ, or unless you're my family, or unless you're my friend, let alone best friend. If you're a random person, then I'm not much of a social bird at all. Especially if you're not a member of the body of Christ, so I'm sorry, it's just how it usually is with me. But also want to say that I get where Martin's coming from. This may be his form of escapism. Not really escapism, but, like, I keep saying that. But it may be his form of, maybe his idea in his way. It may be his way of forgetting about the fact, at least for a few minutes, at least for a few seconds, while he's uploading, while he's making the video, before uploading. Maybe that's the time he needs to be happy, or to find some joy, or to find some peace, to find any sense of peace at all, I guess. An easy peace, I guess. God gives us things to enjoy here so that we don't kill ourselves, as Martin said. Maybe this is his way of just, like, saying, if I'm going to live here, if I'm going to be in this world but not of it, for now, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me talk to people about truth. Let me just, like, socialize within truth. Not only do I respect that, but I, on a very, very fucking deep level, admire that. It kind of touches me in a in an emotional way, for him to actually, when he said, like, it pained him not to be able to talk to us. That really touched me in an emotional way. And it just now touched me in a deeper and emotional way. It's like every time I read it, every time I thought about how hurt he must have been, it touched me in a very deep way. So, anyways, before this video gets too long, love y'all, grace and peace. Have a great day. As great as possible, at least.